Hello viewers and welcome back to the Elite Karting Series here at Daytona Sandown Park, where we get ready to do battle one more time this afternoon in Split 1 Race 3. Phillip Baboolal starts on pole position. He was just 0.05 of a second ahead of Jack Simmons, who joins him on the front row. Jamie Tiley-Gooden has won a race already today. He starts in third position, just 0.06 off the pace. Charlie Foster with also a fantastic chance of winning on row 2. Luka and Louis Draper are row 3 with Jules Larkin and Jack Whitehouse, the rest of the top 8. Mind you, just 0.3 of a second in all of this field. Archie Bullard and Carlos Armanis make up the rest of the very close top 10, with Alfie Shrub and Ollie Cooper-Welton on row 6. Callum Pentelow is on row 7 alongside Daniel Varlan, with Simon Fuller and Elliot Tuesley the rest of row 8. Alex Adagostopoulos is in 17th position with Graham Fernandez in 18th. Ewan Thomas was promoted from Split 2, winning their race 2, and he will move up to try and make up some positions here in Split 1. Phillip Baboolal and Jack Simmons share the front row of the grid. Keep an eye on Archie Bullard. They'll be trying to charge through the field from row 5. They make their way into turn 8. It is the final race of the EKS here at Daytona Sandown Park, and they make their way very slowly around that final corner. Keep an eye as well on Jamie Tiley-Gooden on row 2 with Charlie Foster. We get ready to see the green, and it is lights out and away we go. And a good start for Phillip Baboolal, who at a track where he used to be the champion is able to lead into turn 1. Carlos Armanis trying to gain a few positions into turn 2 as everyone just squeezes their way through. Jamie Tiley-Gooden under pressure from Jack Simmons into turn 3, but gets himself through and into second position. Carlos now on the outside line as he has a driver on his inside line. It's Jack Whitehouse. Everyone getting very argy-bargy through turn 3 and into turn 4, but it is Phillip Baboolal ahead of Jamie Tiley-Gooden and Jack Simmons. They now make their way through Vale and down into turn 6. Jack all over the back of Jamie Tiley-Gooden. Actually, Jamie Tiley-Gooden looking for the lead of the race on Phillip Baboolal. Goes to the inside line, dives his way through, and Jamie Tiley-Gooden finds a way through, but Phillip back on the inside line into turn 7, gets back to the lead of the race. Jamie possibly just a little bit too aggressive there. I think he might have let Phillip back through.
Indeed, yeah, very close between those two leaders. But if you look at Alfie Shrub, he's all over the back of Carlos Elmanis then, and Archie Bullard has made a fantastic getaway. He was all around the outside of everybody in the first couple of corners, and he's got him to 5th, just ahead of Louis Draper then. So lots and lots of battles as we expected, but relatively clean so far in this final race of the day as Elmanis goes up the inside of Luka in front of him, and they're going side by side through Vale.
They stay side by side as Luka on that outside line. Carlos Armanis looks to the inside, but as they go through turn 7, it's Luka with that slightly better run into turn 6 and finds his way through. Carlos under a lot of pressure as Jamie Tiley-Gooden goes to the lead of the race. That was ahead of Phillip Baboolal. Ends the sky of that move.
Yeah, it looks like he just got the run, I think, and it was relatively straightforward this time around compared to the previous attempt. Baboolal now starting to worry about Jack Simmons right behind him as Elmanis continues to go side by side with Luka and the two getting very close for comfort, and Carlos waving his hands off the wheel. I would keep my hands on the wheel, Carlos, because that's where they're going to do the most good. As Alfie Shrub just again gives him a friendly little tap in the background, and Carlos turns his head to keep his eyes on the young man behind him.
Yeah, Carlos can be quite fiery when he's racing, and now he's got Alfie Shrub on the inside line. I don't think he'll like that one bit. Jack Whitehouse on the outside line as we see Luka go down the inside, trying to find his way up position ahead of Louis Draper, but isn't able to find a way through. I want to quickly turn your attention to Archie Bullard as well. He's had a fantastic stint in the first couple of minutes of the race. He's got past Charlie Foster and is in to 4th position at the end of the lap. So Archie Bullard has been unbelievable so far, already up 6 positions and now chasing after to try and get himself on to the podium.
Yeah, that's bad news for Jack Simmons. The top 3 sort of look to have things all to themselves, but it's the man in the dark suit in the black cart that's closing in on them inexorably in the form of Archie Bullard. Of course, after the way the previous race went, he is looking to really make amends and get himself higher up the result sheet. Luka still fighting away with Louis Draper in front of him in that scarlet red-orange helmet, continuing to try and look for Ray around the outside at the final corner, but Draper definitely just holding his line and forcing Luka to back out of the move there. But you can see Simmons looking a little bit desperate behind Baboolal in that fight for second.
Luka dived down the inside line, excuse me, tried to get himself past Louis Draper, almost bumping past him as they made their way through. As now Carlos Armanis has been overtaken by Alfie Shrub down the inside line. That was very forceful. Shrub lets him back through, but not before Jack Whitehouse goes down the inside line of Alfie Shrub and makes his way into that 9th position in the end. They're only battling for 10th position. They're battling so hard. Jack Simmons, meanwhile, all over the back of Phillip Baboolal. Luka Nick's got a run on Louis Draper. They make their way into turn 7. He'll try and do it around the outside line. Luka's a little bit untidy into turn 6, excuse me. Now through turn 7, Luka Nick's alongside, but not able to find a way through. That gives Carlos Armanis the chance to cut the lines across, set himself up for the switchback. Louis Draper's slow out of the corner. Carlos Armanis uses Luka to tow him through, but Louis gets on the brakes nice and early. Carlos back to the inside line into turn 2 and is just about able to find a way through. Is he? No, Louis again on that outside line, very strong. Let's keep an eye on Jack Simmons as well as they make their way into Vale once more as Jack Whitehouse is through and past Jack Simmons to the inside line of Phillip Baboolal. Tries to get through. He's all over the curves on the inside of Vale. Fastest corner on the circuit, over 50 mile an hour through there. It's borderline flat as well as now to the inside into turn 6 he goes and finds his way through finally on Phillip Baboolal. Or dizzy because Phillip is defending bravely on that inside line and Jack Simmons has to be patient for now.
Yeah, you see Phillip is very good at just going all the way around the outside to hold on to position in turn 6. So Jack Simmons can dive up the inside, but he might not necessarily get the best exit taking that line. And Baboolal, very aware of that. You can tell he's driven here before a couple of times and learned a few good things in the process. Then further down the field, by the way, Carlos Armanis just got absolutely swamped on that previous lap and lost a couple of positions down to 10th as a result behind Alfie Shrub, which is not where he wanted to be. But look at the timing. Archie Bullard continuing to close. He's just about a second now, less than a second behind Jack Simmons then. So Simmons, all the while he's being held up by Baboolal, he's been put into the clutches of Archie Bullard as Tiley-Gooden just continues to stretch his legs at the head of the pack.
6 minutes to go in this race. Time flies when you're having fun. Carlos Armanis is definitely having fun defending at the moment and potentially attacking in a moment as well. Jack Whitehouse looks the inside line of Louis Draper. That's an aggressive move and he goes all the way over the curbs before he's able to make it. We're still keeping an eye on Jack Simmons because I don't think it'll be too long before he gets past Phillip Baboolal. We've got to keep an eye on another storyline in this race which you can only see briefly in the drone shot, but you can trust me on this that Archie Bullard is right behind Jack Simmons and Jack Simmons therefore needs to be very careful when he's trying to get past Phillip Baboolal. If he can get past Phillip, then it means that pressure's alleviated a little bit. Carlos continuing to be under pressure as we continue to watch Jack Simmons squirm around to try and set up some kind of move, put some kind of pressure on Phillip Baboolal. And Phillip's slightly slow out of turn 8, gives Jack a bit of a run and a chance to hold momentum into turn 1. Phillip's deep into the corner. This gives Jack Simmons a fantastic opportunity, but Archie Bullard dives down the inside line and is able to find his way through. That is opportunistic from the 3-time, potentially 4-time now Daytona Sandown Park champion, depending on how you count it, and he's into 3rd position.
Yeah, very opportunistic. You can tell he's tucked right behind both of them, and the minute Jack Simmons left the gap, Archie Bullard did not hesitate in absolutely inserting himself into it and getting himself onto the podium in the process. And now Baboolal has got to continue to defend into turn 6, but Bullard just goes all the way alongside and that holds up both of them. So Simmons now trying to go around the outside of Archie Bullard. He will get the inside for the final corner, so a gift almost for Jack Simmons, but he's still looking over his shoulder because he knows Bullard is going to be absolutely relentless then in the remaining 4 minutes of this race.
That was so good from Jack Simmons. Saw the opportunity, knew that Archie was a little bit slow, knew that Phillip was slow as well, and gets himself into 2nd position. However, Archie Bullard is a very difficult driver to keep behind you around this circuit. His favourite circuit, Jack Whitehouse's round. And oh my word, he collects Carlos Armanis as well into turn 4. Complete racing incident from what I can tell. Jack Whitehouse makes his way almost into the wall. Carlos Armanis now a little bit frustrated at that. Goes down the inside line of Jules Larkin, I believe that is, into Vale, who by the way is driving very well after being a little bit spooked from that crash into turn 6 in the previous race. So fair play to Jules for picking himself up and being in this one. Carlos now into turn 6 is all over the back of I believe that's Daniel Varlin.
Yeah, and look at where Jack Whitehouse has filtered out, right behind Ian Thomas in 14th position then, who's fighting away with Graham Fernandez as well. So he's found himself in a new battle, and you've got to feel for Carlos. That's the second race in a row where somebody just spun in front of him at turn 3, and he's had maybe half a second to react to that, and unfortunately been delayed in the melee there But really the big drama is right behind Jack Simmons, with Baboolal and Bullard just absolutely going at it hammer and tongs. And Simmons knows the slightest slip up and second position could slip away from him here.
Just the 3 minutes to go as the sun well and truly setting over Daytona Sandown Park, and Carlos Armanis is trying to catch up what he can to Daniel Volin just ahead of him. Jack Whitehouse trying to get past Thomas, and Graham Fernandez involved in this battle as well, as the battle at the lead of the field is still going on. Unfortunately, we don't have fantastic camera shots of this because Jack Simmons, the action one, is going on behind him, and well, you can't see behind him when he's looking forward, focusing himself on the road. But it's just 0.3 of a second between himself and Archie Bullard as Jack Whitehouse has been overtaken. That's by Thomas, and that was a very nice move.
That was Thomas defending, of course. He had to go a little bit wide behind Fernandez, and Whitehouse was able to get alongside as a result there. But Thomas been promoted, of course, from Split 2. The Welshman not going to let that one slip by him without a serious contest then. And he had to have good reactions there as he tucks right in behind Fernandez here. Fernandez looks a bit vulnerable here in these latter stages then, trying to defend 12th position.
Yeah, in the shop window a little bit, all Split 2 drivers that have been promoted, because they try as a bit of contact between himself and Graham Fernandez. Now he goes back to the inside line, just Thomas trying to find his way through. And by word, Jack Whitehouse on the outside line as we go three wide very quickly. Graham Fernandez able to slot in behind, makes contact with Thomas again, close to being 3 wide once more. Jack Whitehouse doesn't know where on earth he's going to go, as now there's a car in his inside line as well on the outside, as that's Callum Benton out of nowhere going through. Jack Whitehouse is so frustrated because he has no idea what is going on. Bentolo down the inside of Graham Fernandez.
Oh, look at Simmons.
Jack Whitehouse gets through as Simmons is overtaken by Archie Bullard, and Archie Bullard goes through on Jack Simmons. So into the last 3 laps of this race, Archie Bullard into turn 6 makes the move on Jack Simmons, but is there more to right there?
Yeah, look at him weaving as well, just into turn 1, so that Jack Simmons doesn't even think about showing his nose up the inside there. And Baboolal now, you can just see him in the corner there. He is buzzing around very, very menacingly too. So Simmons is just fighting to hold on to the podium now. I think Bullard, now that he's got through, now that he's been able to defend, he's going to be a little bit difficult as there. Fernandez going side by side in an absolute battle just at the back of the field now that Thomas and a couple others have forced their way back through. Oh, and round goes Bendolo. Jack Whitehouse spins him round at turn 4.
Yeah, well, he waits up almost immediately as well. This is aggressive stuff from everyone. We're just getting a little bit out of hand. Last lap board will be out then, so we're into the final lap of this race, I believe. Or are we actually? I think the driver in the lead of the race, which is Jamie Tiley-Gooden, who's 5.8 seconds, won't be last lap board on that lap. He'll be last lap board this time by. So, as we wait to see Jack Whitehouse trying to recover, that is certainly, I'm going to say, his fault.
Yeah, very much was. Good thing is though he is waiting up for Callum, so you've just seen him going through the last few corners, has been waiting up, and yeah, we can see him again now, just waving the carts through, waiting for Callum to catch back up. But yeah, like you say, drivers' days haven't been good today, especially in Split 1. Hopefully next time out at Milton Keynes we can separate the juniors and the senior drivers out into separate races, so we don't get a repeat of this, as Jack does indeed let Callum Bendolo back through. But now, as we're coming towards the final lap of the race, it is Jamie Tiley-Gooden, like you say, out in the lead of the race, pulled a mighty big gap over Archie Bullard, 5.6 seconds. He set an absolutely flying lap time in the process as well. He set 45.8. He's the first driver today to get down into the 45s, and Archie Bullard's actually just matched that too. He just got down to the 45s as well with a 45.9. So these two, they have checked out at the front, absolutely flown off into the distance, as we are now riding on board with Jack Simmons. You can see that gap which Archie Bullard has now pulled on him coming into the final lap of the race. As you can see now, going down the back straight, it's Jamie Tiley. He's absolutely miles out in the lead. Unfortunately, we can't see him in any of the camera shots. He is that far out into the lead of the race, but I can tell you for a fact that he is taking the checkered flag now. So across the line he comes to take the victory, winning Split 1 race here. It's his second race win in a row ahead of Archie Bullard. Jack Simmons now coming across the line to come home in P3 ahead of Charlie Foster, Phillip Baboolal, and then got Luka Nick winning in the senior class just ahead of Louis Draper, who was flying in that race, did 46.2, but not quite able to win within his class, coming home ahead of Alfie Shrub. Then you've got Daniel Varlan ahead of Carlos Armanis, who rounds out the top 10.
At the end of Split 1 Race 3, it is a fantastic victory for Jamie Tiley-Gooden, who wins by 5.6 seconds to a charging Archie Bullard in second position, who climbed halfway up the field in that race. Jack Simmons for Connecticut Racing Junior Team is in 3rd position with Charlie Foster, his teammate, in 4th. Phillip Baboolal finishes in 5th. Luka gets the better of the senior class in 6th position for Open Throttle Racing with Louis Draper in 7th. Alfie Schrobb, Daniel Varlan and Carlos Armanis make up the rest of the top 10, with Jules Larkin finishing just outside in 11th. Fantastic drive for Ewan Thomas, who's coming in from split 2 to climb all the way up to 12th from last on the grid. Simon Fuller and Graham Fernandez are 13th and 14th. Alex Anagностopoulos is in 15th position with Ollie Cooper-Welton just behind him in 16th. Elliot Tuesley, Callum Bentolo and Jack Whitehouse down to 19th with Tom Brown the rest of the grid, but he did not start due to an injury.
So we're down here and we're talking to Mr. Foster after a very, very eventful day, Charlie. You come just off the podium. You had a great move on Phillip right near the end of the race. Talk us through that one.
So I knew my kart's top end wasn't the best, but the corner speed was insane. So I saw Archie was rapid, so I just gave him some space. He nearly won, so that's good. But yeah, Jack, Phillip and Archie were battling. Phillip made a mistake. I was like, just go for the move. Why not? Went for the move and did it.
Yeah, well, some good racing today, Charlie. Yeah. We'll see you next time. Thanks so much for talking to us. So, well done, Jack. That was, I think, a very, very good defensive drive. Talk us through that one.
Yeah, no, it's been a good day today. Obviously, coming to the back foot, I have a lot less experience than everyone else in 2 strokes. So I knew it was going to be difficult. I've only been here twice in total. Race 1 went well, obviously. Finished first, but 2nd on the road, but first after penalties. Race 2, unfortunately, I spun. Obviously, I'm new to these karts, his brakes are a bit different to 4 strokes. But managed to climb myself back up to 4th. And then, yeah, in race 3, a bit of defensive drive, and finished in 3rd overall. But no, it's been a good day overall, I've enjoyed it. I know the boys have enjoyed it as well. It's been a good time battling with them, and I'm excited to go back out with them soon.
Yeah, well, thanks for putting on a great show for us. We'll see you next time. Cheers. So Archie, of course, we won't talk about race 2, Archie. Let's talk about race 3. Amazing fight through the field, and you get up to 2nd by the end. Talk us through.
Yep. Yeah, so ignoring race 1 and 2, that was shambolic for me. On track it was a P1 in race 1, but Penn said otherwise. Yeah, so race 3, started 9th, made up a few positions on the first lap, and then just went from there. Went up to 2nd. But yeah, Jamie Tiley-Gooden, he was about 6 seconds in the lead. So insane pace from Anwar. And yeah, I think we were the only 2 people in the 45s today. So yeah, really good pace. But yeah, enjoyed it. Enjoyed the event. Really good fun.
Thanks, and we enjoyed watching you. Impressed a lot of people today. Thank you for talking to us, Archie.
Thank you.
Let's talk to the winner of the final 2 events in Split 1. It's who else but Jamie Tiley-Gooden. Hi, Jamie. How was that?
What, the whole feed? Oh, race 1, my car was a bit off the pace. I dropped a couple positions. I finished 4th. Race 2, it was a really close battle, but I managed to get P1 after some mistakes from some other drivers. Race 3, I had a really good car, managed to just pull away, and it was a bit simple.
Right, well, thanks so much for talking to us, Jamie. You did really well in this event, and I'm sure everyone's going to cheer you very heartily on the podium.